Kamala went after Trump for going to Arlington this week. And damn, did the Gold Star families hit back. I want to play a full minute of this because, honestly, this brought me to my knees.
You failed for 3 years and 8 months to acknowledge our kids.
Where were you and Joe Biden on August 26, 2024? Nowhere near Arlington Cemetery. You couldn't be bothered to be with us or even say our kids' names, just as you had done for the last 3 years.
Vice President Harris, I ask you, why won't you return a call and explain to us how you call my daughter-in-law's death a success? President Trump has called. President Trump shows up. President Trump takes the time to hear our loved ones' stories.
We invited him to be there.
These are the only memories we get to make with our son, and it is you who is playing politics and trying to detract from our memories made that day.
President Trump has been there for us. He's been a rock for us. He showed compassion for us, and he showed he truly cares for the families that truly do know what the ultimate sacrifice really is.
And yet, here her and Tim Walz are like doubling down on this stupid game. It's all a game for them. They don't care about these people that they sent to war who died. They certainly don't care about their families. Everything to Democrats is how to score some cheap political points somewhere. You would think at least Tim Walz wouldn't do that, which now more than ever, I am super inclined to believe his brother, who's warning everybody not to vote for him, his own brother. I'm also super inclined not to believe, or to believe, the people who actually served with Tim Walz.
Why did you come forward?
It is morally indefensible. He didn't care. It was all about him.
He's a military impersonator. I don't understand how he could do it morally, or he's got absolutely no integrity.
The rumor went across the state that he had quit, and it was like, who the hell does that? I mean, it was just unbelievable that a CSM abandoned his troops, 500 soldiers basically.
He's a habitual liar. He lies about everything. He lies about stuff that doesn't make sense.
It shows you the character of Kamala Harris, that she would still pick him for a running mate. Folks, they knew all this stuff when they vetted him. These people have such a disdain for our military. That is why they are trying to, everything in their power, to pull military support away from Trump. They tried it with the suckers and losers comment. That was proven false by dozens of people that were actually there. They still try to discredit him over his draft deferments, and nobody cares about that. And now they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't respect Arlington National Cemetery. Give me a break. They also want that his campaign got into some physical altercation with Arlington staff. This is such BS, because if they had done that, they would have been arrested immediately. And I know Trump. He wouldn't have anybody on his staff that would do that. This is the same crap they tried when a reporter, remember this back in like 2016? She reached for Corey Lewandowski and he blocked her arm, and then they tried to say he violently assaulted. It's all nonsense. But the left is using its usual liberal mouthpieces to push things. And Tulsi Gabbard, the Democrat, the veteran, she went on CNN and put them back in their place. Watch.
The Army also says that Trump staffers abruptly pushed aside a cemetery official who tried to enforce Arlington's rules prohibiting political activities. Did you witness the altercation at Section 60?
I was there from the beginning with the laying of the wreaths with the family members. And I saw President Trump spending time at the invitation of these Gold Star families with them. He was there for a few hours. I did not see or hear about any kind of altercation until something came out in the news later on.
Good for her. And you would think that the very network peddling this stuff for political gain would at least know when this whole situation happened.
It is very clear that the former president was invited in his personal capacity, as you said, by a family of one of the service members who was killed about 2 years ago during the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
It was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago to the day on August 26th.
Yes, 3 years ago.
I mean, the whole point of this event was the 3-year anniversary. You are such a sorry excuse for a journalist, Dana Bash. I just can't with these people anymore. And it didn't stop her from continuing to go after this like a dog with a bone.
The military and also other members of other families who are buried right near there are upset about the campaign filming it and posting the video online. Do you believe that was appropriate?
You know, I checked with the campaign on this question, and they have exchanges with the officials at Arlington Cemetery. They were approved to bring a camera.
Done. End of story, Dana. They have the receipts. It was approved. But notice how she just throws the ambiguous, oh, well, some other people, some of the other families were upset. Who? Because in all my internet searching, all I could find was the message of support for Trump, defending him against you and your liberal media counterparts. This is why, Dana, people don't like your network. This is despicable. Look, Harris, you were at best a subpar VP. Your job was to sit where you're told don't die and try not to make any bad press, and you couldn't even do that. You are way out of line here. But since you went there, I will too. But I think the thing that hit me the hardest was this.
To have a former president there and joining these Gold Star families, I know President Trump wanted to share that with others, especially given the fact that President Biden and Harris, I heard, were invited by some of these family members. They not only didn't come, they didn't even respond to that invitation. And now to have Kamala Harris put this statement out yesterday saying that she stands with these families, she stands with the military and with veterans, you only have to look at the response that came from the Gold Star families of these 13 service members, of how offended they were by that statement, given she has not made any effort, not on that third anniversary or any other time, to call them.
Really? So the families did reach out. Kamala's campaign didn't even respond, neither did the White House. And now, because she thinks she can score some cheap political points, she stands with them. Get lost. Don't stand with anybody. We don't want you. And Biden was lying on a beach somewhere, just like he was for the other 40% of his presidency, on vacation. He wouldn't even return a phone call. I am so sick of these virtue signaling pieces of garbage. These people caused these soldiers' deaths. They caused them. And then they, not Trump, is going to play politics with it? Unbelievable. Can we get some real leadership back in D.C., please?